Hello everyone. Everyone can start working on Guru Dakshina, bringing people for the happiness program messaged in the group.
If there is any one thing that you can give it to everybody equally, what that could be? See, food you cannot give the same to everybody. Because some eat more, some eat less. Knowledge you cannot give to everybody the same. Children understand a little bit, elders understand a little bit. So knowledge cannot be given the same to everybody. There is high school, there is middle school, and there is college, there is PhD level. Right? You can't speak the same language to all the people in the world. See how many translations happen. Language cannot be the same. Cultural differences are there in the world. You cannot make uniculture everything. And you should not. Everything should not be Americanized. So each culture has its value. Culture cannot be same. You know. I was once talking to the Prime Minister of Nepal. And there was an earthquake in Nepal a few years back. And international aids came there. You know, they gave them, instead of giving them money, they gave a lot of things there. Usually people have more trust in giving things rather than money. You know, politicians can misuse it. So they brought a lot of things. They didn't know what to bring to Nepal, people living in villages of Nepal. But usually, like what they bring it in Europe, they brought them fork and knife and the tillers, grass cutters, and all those things. Tons and tons of fork, and the people don't know how to use the fork there. In village, they eat rice. How will they eat the rice with the fork? They don't know. They cannot eat soup, drink soup with the fork. And people thought, many people in villages, they have not even seen a fork. They don't know how to use it. In the third world countries, very few countries know how to use fork and knife. I remember when we were children, first time eating pasta with fork was such a difficult thing. You put the and you remove, nothing will come out in the fork. If you have to cut dosa and eat with the fork, it was not an easy thing. Would see, and if nobody seeing, keep it aside and eat by hand. Of course, now people know how to do it in India, but still in the villages, people do not know how to use fork. And those were being supplied to them. Nepal is all hilly region. It's all, there no tiller will work. It cannot function because people, it's all in slopes. How will you take a tiller, the machine? You know, the tiller were used in the road to transport things. He said this was the plight of the, because one thing cannot work everywhere. Similarly, in Asian countries, people are used to eating by hand. That cannot work here in Europe. In Europe, European culture, be a Roman in Rome. But is there one thing that everybody can have same? Yes, divine love. You can say somewhere even sun is hotter, somewhere it is needed. But love transcends all barriers, all boundaries. To blossom in divine love, there is no distinction. There is no distinction of caste, color, race. It's not that divine love can flower only in Mongolia and not in Siberia, not in Japan, not in Taiwan, nothing like that. Everywhere the same love can shine. There is no distinction there. The air doesn't say that person is intelligent, I will go into his nose more and I won't go to this fellow is a fool. I won't go into him. You don't need any qualification, any degree. If you don't have a medical degree, you won't be allowed to work in a hospital as a doctor. You need a medical degree in order to be there. If you are not an engineer, you cannot work on an engineering project, on a power plant. For all other things, you need qualifications, you need education. But for love, do you need education? It says no. For divine love, it doesn't even need whether you are beautiful, then I love you. If you are ugly, I won't love you. No. Divine love can shine in any form, any body, whether they are beautiful or ugly. It is the same. To be a devotee, to be a realized person, you don't need any qualification, educational or otherwise. You don't need any particular shape of nose and don't have to go to plastic surgeon and keep your nose shape. It's not modeling. It's not a fashion show. It's not Miss Universe or Mr. Universe selection. God selects who is going to be the real devotee. No. Nasti teshu jati vidya rupa kuladana kriyadi bhedaha. So beautifully said. Nasti teshu jati vidya rupa kuladana kriyadi bhedaha. What one does is immaterial, and how wealthy one is immaterial. From where they are coming, how old they are, how beautiful they are, how ugly they are is immaterial. Doesn't count at all. Divine love can shine in anybody, anywhere. Love knows no barriers. All these are man-made barriers. Man makes, okay, this is so and so, this is so. They may be needed for certain things. You can't expect everyone to be medical doctor. You need certain intelligence to do that job. Not everyone can be a cook. But love is the same. The sainthood can dawn in anybody. Devotion can dawn in anyone. Yatastadiya, they are of his own nature. Like the nature doesn't distinguish. The air does not say, he's an intelligent person, I'll go into him. He's fool, I won't go into his lungs. No, air doesn't say that. Water doesn't say that. The sun doesn't say, I'll shine on this person, I won't shine on that person. Sun makes no distinction. Like the nature doesn't make any distinction, so does the saint. Because he is of the nature of divine. He is of his own nature. There is a story. Once a saint was sitting on the bank of a river. A scorpion had fallen in the water. And the saint was trying to save the scorpion by his hand. And every time he would try to lift the scorpion, it would sting him. So his hand will shake and it will fall into the water. So this kept happening for several times. Somebody who was watching him do this came to the saint and said, "Why are you doing this foolish job? And the scorpion doesn't know that you are saving it, stings you. Why do you try to save it? It's not grateful to you. It's a thankless job. Why you want to save it and get stung?" You know what the saint said? Stinging is scorpion's nature. Saving is my nature. When it is not living its nature, why should I leave my nature to save? I am nothing less than the scorpion. When it is so adamant it won't leave its nature, I will also not leave my nature. Saints are of his own nature. And the nature of divine is what? Unconditional love, unconditional joy. Unfathomable love. The ways of nature is mysterious. You cannot understand. So is the ways of saints. You cannot understand. Don't try to understand from a human perspective. When you are hollow and empty, the divine works through you. That's so many times you get an intuition, it doesn't make any sense. Your intellect doesn't agree with your intuition. But intuition is intuition. It's beyond the intellect, something deeper. The ways of nature is mysterious. You cannot comprehend all the ways of nature. So is the ways of saints. A saint acts, just acts. He sits, just sits. When he sleeps, just sleeps. Like the mountain is there, the tree is there, the stone is there, like you are there. You are part of this existence. Saint also stays as a part of the existence. Hollow and empty. There is another story. There was a monk who used to go for his food in the palace in one of a small province in India. So every day he would go to the palace to have his food, and they would serve him in a silver bowl. Food palace means they serve in good silver bowls. One day he ate the food and he took the bowl also and left. Now the king, then the news went to the king that this man took the silver bowl, which was studded with all precious stones and all. It's a very precious bowl. But then it was a little surprising for the king. He's a very pious, good saint, good monk. Why would he steal? What he would do with the silver bowl? But he just kept quiet out of decency. But 3 days later, the saint brought back that silver bowl and kept it. Now it was more puzzling. Of course, somebody has stolen. That's one thing you can think, okay, he has stolen. But he took it and brought it back. The king immediately called all the scholars and he wanted an explanation. Why did this saint do like this? Why did he steal it and then bring it back? So the scholar said, find out what was fed to the saint 2 days before. And when they inquired and they found out the palace has confiscated some food and materials from dacoits, stolen things. And that was cooked and served to the saint on that day. So the saint's mind worked according to the food. Because the food was that which belonged to the thieves, and the effect of the food made him go and steal it. But that effect didn't last too long. After 3 days, that effect was lost. He found, oh, why this bowl is with me here? It belongs to the palace. He brought it back to the palace. So you do not know the ways of the saint, do not know how things work. Things work in a very different plane in the existence. That's why many times friends become enemies, enemies become friends. People are so unpredictable. The nature is unpredictable. To large extent, of course, you can predict to some extent. What can be predicted is logic. And something that is beyond logic is unpredictable. The next sutra, Narada says, Vado Navalambya. Don't depend on logic. What appears to be is not all that what is. This creation is so mysterious. Bahulyavakashatvat aniyatattvascha. Logic can take you from anywhere to anywhere. One logic is, if the door is half closed, that means what? The door is half open. You take this logic and say that if door is half closed, it is half open. The door is fully closed means it's fully open. This is what the straight logic means. But that is not true. If it is fully closed, not fully open. Logic is a small portion of our existence. And this universe is so vast. You cannot fit the whole universe in this small little spoon of logic that you have, in the small little box that we call logic. Do not see love through logic. You know, often this is what one does. Arguments, we start argument. What kills love is argumentation. When two people are in love, they don't argue. But the moment they know they are very sure of their love, then the argument begins. And argument, when it begins, everybody, both of them are, I want more, I want more. Their argument turns into fight. Argument means disagreement. Love knows no disagreement. Love means yes mind. Argument means no, how that can be. Just watch. Whenever you are getting into an argument, what is happening in the mind? The mind says no. How that could be? This is the basis of argument. And when the basis is no, love cannot be on top of it. Love simply means yes mind. Argument begins with no mind. But how, when, what is all arguments. Through argument, you cannot convince anybody to change their heart, change their feelings. Argument has never changed anybody's feelings so far. For the better, it has made things worse. Through argument, you cannot establish love. Through demand, you cannot make anyone love you more. Impossible. Do try that and see. Demand someone, from tomorrow you must love me more. Will they be able to love you? Even if it were there, it would have just evaporated, disappears. And this is what we do. We become so greedy that others should love us and only us. And then we start demanding, putting demand after, you better love me. See how much I love you? You better love me more. If you don't love me, I won't talk to you. Then that is the beginning of argumentation. And then you argue, you see, you didn't come in time, you don't care for me, In good relationship, once you begin like this, you don't care for me, and the person goes back, okay, let it be. For a while, someone like to prove their love to you, but later on, nobody wants to prove their love. Just imagine yourself in that position. If you are asked to prove your love, how much load it is on your head, isn't it? With whom would you like to be? Someone who takes for granted your love and moves with a smile, or someone who is demanding you that you better prove you love me? If you have to prove to somebody you love them again and again, again and again, it is such a burden on your head. You get bogged down by that. Certain things you should take it for granted. Love is one such. Should take it for granted. The other person loves me so dearly, even if they're not. Then they will start loving you. At least whatever little love you have between you and that person will not diminish by your demand and argument. Love only diminishes. Suppose you find that someone doesn't love you as much as they used to. Don't argue or demand on that basis. Just go be with them and oh, I know you love you so much. They feel comfortable. Even the person who did not love, maybe not expressing their love to you as much. If you are joyful, enthusiastic, take it for granted that there is love which is undying. That very assumption, that very attitude of yours will increase the love. But if you ask someone to prove that they love you, that demand for the proof will diminish the love, will bog you down. Isn't it so? Do not demand from anybody to prove their love to you. You will make them comfortable. Why should anyone love you? They love you because you give them some comfort. And if you argue with them, will you be giving them comfort? Don't expect divine love from everybody. Only saints, Guru, God, a wise person can give you unconditional love. Do whatever you like. His or her love will be unconditional. But generally in the world, the moment you start demanding, they stop loving you. Do not ask for a proof of love. Don't do this. In a subtle way, you demand people, prove me that you love me. What is the proof? In the world, people love you because you give them comfort. You give them something, that's why they love you. And if you argue with someone, are you giving them comfort? If you're demanding proof of their love to you, are you giving them comfort? If you complain to them, are you giving them comfort? From your side, when you give comfort to people, then what you get back is love. And that strength is what you gain when you go deep inside. When you realize you are the source of love, nobody need to give you. And you are here like a flower. A flower in the garden is not expecting anything from the creation. It is there just to spread the fragrance. If someone knows the fragrance touches or not, it's immaterial. The flower will not cry, oh, nobody is smelling me. Whether someone smells me or not, doesn't matter. My nature is to blossom and just be. Contentment and taking for granted there is love and everybody loves you will put you at ease with yourself. When you are at ease with yourself, you will find that everybody will start pouring in love to you. Stop demanding for a proof of love. Love needs no proof. Actions, words cannot prove the love, I tell you. Somebody may say, oh, I love you so much. Inside, they may not have so much love. Actions, words, belongs to the area of logic. Don't depend on logic. Your mind will give so many logic and gives the explanation why there is no love in life. Don't depend on the logic. One in divine love, do not depend on the logic or depend on arguments. Because there is so many possibilities in arguments. And see, that's how the law profession is flourishing. The lawyers, they can make white into black, black into white. You only have to argue from the other point of view. Bhakti Shastrani Mananiyani Tadudbodhaka Karmanyapi Karaniyani. Listen to those knowledge, those scriptures which talk of love. And their inceptions need to be followed. All that activity that can kindle the love in you, just do it. If a simple gesture of yours can bring joy and comfort to others and can kindle the love in others, just do it. Small things that we neglect, we don't do it, and that will cause a lot of problem many times. A Mother Day and you forget to send a Mother Day card, your mother becomes miserable. But remembering it, making a phone call to your Mother's Day or sending her a card, a line of consoling someone who needs it. Simple acts of kindness can keep the love alive. Don't say that, oh, I don't depend on logic. My love is unconditional, but I don't need to express it. No. You need to express it because not everybody will understand. You don't demand from others, but there are certain things that you can give, you can do to make everyone comfortable. Definitely do that. And read about love and devotion. Study the life Study your own life. Study the life of the saint. See how, if my teacher were to be, if my master were to be there, how he would have handled the situation, how he would have dealt these situations. Putting yourself in that place as part of the master, part of the divine. Can bring a new arena in life. It opens a new avenue. Bhakti Shastrani Mananiyani. And then these Narada Sutras, just once hearing is not sufficient enough. The Sutras, it's again and again listen to it, now and then, again and again. See, once listening is not enough. You listen, then again listen, again listen. Several times listening to this, then the mind soaks into the knowledge. You might have experienced, many of you, when you did the advanced course second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, it really became solid. It gave you so much strength. So knowledge is not, oh, I have heard once, I have done it. No. You have to do it again and again and again. Similarly, acts of kindness. You can't say, oh, I have done a lot of charity, done it once. A gentleman came with a thick book to a saint and offered him. This is a book. And the saint said, what is that? What is that book you have? And he took the book and opened and see. He has written on all the sevas he did. See, so much seva I have done. I cleaned the kitchen then, and I did this work. Somebody fell on the road, I took them out. And I did this help. I gave $5 to somebody who had no money. Written all the thing that. And the saint said, just throw it in the river. None of it is seva because you have claimed the credit for it all. Now, our nature should be an act of kindness. It's not an effort to do something good. If you are by nature a kind person, kind-hearted person, your company will be loved by the whole globe. Everybody would love to be around you. We say no for small things. We argue for unnecessary things. We argue. You know, once I was in South Africa, several years ago, or 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Then, you know, I stole a tea bag. Do you know this story? No, okay. I tell you, just keep it to yourselves. Between you and me, secret. So what happened in South Africa, last day from Durban, I was going. We were all packing and leaving. Just before packing, there was still some time. From my room, I rushed into the next room. Usually I don't go into anybody's room. This was room where our other teachers, boys, they were all there. So I rushed into their room and I was looking here and there like this. So sir, one of our teacher who was there was lying down or doing something. He just woke up and said, oh, Guruji, what do you want? What do you want? I said, nothing. I just looked on the table and there was a tea bag. I just took it and went into my room. Whole tea bag, you know. So this teacher of ours, art of living teacher, he had known me past so many years, 10 years. He was a little puzzled. Said, why did Guruji rush into my room And then he looked here and there. He just took a tea bag. He I asked him also, whom does this belong to? He said, I don't know. But then I took it and went. He said, first of all, Guruji never drinks tea. He knows that I don't drink tea. But then I took this tea bag, knowing that it belongs to somebody or belongs to nobody. I took the bag and went into my room. I packed it into my suit. I packed it in my bag. So he was a little puzzled. But he didn't tell anybody. He didn't know. He said, I don't know what is this. And when we reached Johannesburg in the airport, there a gentleman came, an elderly gentleman in his 60s or 70s, he must be in 70s. He comes and with tears in his eyes, was so full of gratitude, gratefulness. Says, Guruji, did you get the tea bag I had sent with somebody? See, this man went to a shop. It was some special kind of tea. So he bought the tea bag and gave it to one of our teacher to give it to me. So please take this gift to Guruji. I brought it with all my heart. I want to gift this to Guruji. Please take it. So the teacher to whom he had given had forgotten. He had forgotten, and he knew that it was so many people were there, 3,000-4,000 people were there, and in all this crowd, and so busy, so busy. He forgot to give me that tea bag of that one man who gave him in the airport in Johannesburg. See, and because also perhaps he might have thought Guruji never drinks tea. What is the point in taking it to Guruji? But see that his feeling with so much love and gratitude, he brought that bag. And that made me go into his room, steal that, put it in my bag, and came. And the person who was in the room, the other teacher, he was with me in the airport. He started laughing. He said, yes, no, Guruji didn't get it. He stole that bag. I was restless till I could take that bag. I was packed and I was going up and down here and there. I moved into that room. I didn't know why I was looking around. So till I could steal that bag, I was not comfortable. Because that was brought to me with so much love, so much feeling of that one old gentleman. That's why I said the feelings is what matters. Not the actions, not the words. So you take it for granted that there is love in everybody. There used to be a devotee. This lady used to simply create problem for everybody and pester also all the time. She'd sit in the satsang and disturb everybody else. So sometime once, because the more you are kind and loving, the more advantage takes. No? So that was a time when I just said, no, keep quiet, don't talk too much, just keep quiet. I just acted a little strict. Acted as though probably my scolding will help. It will. If I scold her, maybe she'll create less trouble for everybody. So I scolded her. Said, come on, keep quiet. Or something like that. Don't make noise. I showed a little anger. But she doesn't believe. She said, Guruji, you are not getting angry. It is that person who is putting anger in your mind and making... And this lady got more angry at that other person. It is funny. But I know, but then I appreciated that faith in her. She doesn't believe I can ever get angry at her. And even if I showed real anger, I showed her, come on, keep quiet, don't make disturbance. That lady said, no, no, you are not scolding me. It is that lady putting all those thoughts in your head. In some way, that will be very useful. Whenever you see that someone very close to you is upset, and see some planets must be putting those thoughts in this person's head, mine, I don't bother about it. So don't be bothered about small things, silly things in your dealings with people, in relationships. That is the way to blossom in the divine love.
Close your eyes. Revise in your mind. Slowly, you may open your eyes and turn on your cameras. Yes. Love has no boundary. What can we give equal to all? That is the question Gurudev asked. The answer is divine love. Love transcends all barriers. To blossom in divine love, there is no distinction. Anybody can blossom in love. Divine love. Okay, no distinction. No qualification needed, no education, no looks. Huh? Love can shine in any form, in anybody. It's the same for everybody. To be a devotee, you do not need any qualification. Like nature doesn't make any distinction, so does the saint. A saint's nature is as same as the nature, mother nature. When you are hollow and empty, this is very important. When you are hollow and empty, ways of saint, ways of nature. Gurudev gave example of intuition. You can't comprehend. We do not know how things work. Friends become enemy, enemy becomes friends. Something beyond logic. Gurudev says, or Narada says, do not depend on logic. First, very important things. Do not depend on logic. What appears to be is not necessary. Logic can be misguiding. I say this again, logic can be misguiding. You can't fit universe in your small logic, vast universe in your small logic. Do not see love through logic. Then Gurudev spoke about argument. What is argument? Argument is no mind. Not no mind, it's like no, 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 that kind of agitated mind. Argument is disagreement. Argument is I want more, I want more, I want more. Love means total agreement, a yes mind. Argument, in argument you want more, in love you want to give more. And no argument has ever changed anybody's heart, anybody's feeling. No love can be established through argument. No demand works. uh, if you want love, demands won't work. For some people will try to prove, if you ask proof for love, some people will try sometime, will try, but then they'll also stop trying to prove that they are loved. Take for granted, take love for granted. Whatever little love is there will remain. huh? See why people love you, because you give them comfort, because you give them something. But the moment you start complaining, the moment you start demanding, it is very uncomfortable. Like when I say, Guru Dakshina, bring registration, for so many people it's very uncomfortable. But then still it is mandatory. So do work. Okay, work on Guru Dakshina, work on Seva. And Gurudev today said, "Na, do it, act of kindness, do it because it is your very nature. Huh? Bring people because that's your very nature. You got this, so you want to share. Sharing is your very nature. So don't do it because I am asking. Do it because it's your very nature, and it's Guru Dakshina. Okay. Huh? In subtle way, we demand love. So complaining and demanding love is uncomfortable. Do not expect divine love from everyone. Like you are, maybe if anybody listening is expecting divine love from me, that I should give knowledge and not ask for the no. Divine love is for you to give. Okay. So in subtle way, we demand proof. We should not. We have to be very aware. Go deep into yourself and see that you are the source of that love. Like the flower spreading fragrance, blossoming, taking granted that everybody loves me. And you will be in ease with yourself. You will be in ease with yourself if you believe everybody loves you. Then love will flow from all direction to you. And biggest thing is, don't depend on logic. Gurudev has said this so many times. Don't depend on logic. But every activity that you can do to kindle love, just do it. If you do something and it brings smiles on somebody's face, do it. Okay. Simple acts of kindness can kindle so much love, so much comfort. Then Gurudev said, then Gurudev didn't say, but I'm saying, work on registration. Okay. Then Gurudev said, study, read about divine. Like we are listening to Narad Bhakti Sutras, will be very soon, we'll be starting with Bhagavad Gita. So listen, read about it. If you are in some situation, see if Gurudev was there or the master was there in the same situation, what he would have done. Listen to knowledge again and again. Acts of kindness again and again. Don't say that I had donated some time back something, or don't say that I had brought registration in last workshop, so now I will not do. No. Or even I have done advanced course 10 years ago, so I don't need to repeat. No. Again and again. After again and again, what do? You do again and again, and then again and again. Okay. Our nature is such. What our nature is to listen to the knowledge and acts of kindness. This should become our nature. Then everyone will love our company. Take it for granted that everybody loves. Take it for granted that everybody loves you. I'll unmute. Now we all can unmute and ask if there are any questions. Feel free to ask. Hello Kajal ji, Jai Gurudev. Shubhangi ji. So many times it's not our intention, but sometimes we say, like there was one lady who used to listen to this knowledge on YouTube. So I gave my number. So she started coming on Zoom. And then once I took her name, say, hi, you used to come on YouTube. Now you're on Zoom. So good to see you on Zoom. That moment itself, she started to, she went back on YouTube. So we never know. I take everyone's name because I feel if the name is taken, then they know that it is something personal. And it's not like a group, like, like if we go in theaters and watch the movie, there are so many people, but we don't connect with each one of them. They are not family. But this is different. This is family. That's why I keep taking names. There is no other reason. Huh? The reason is only one thing to remind you. Huh? Have you heard that song? We used to watch that serial Cheers. If you remember, it used to come in the afternoon. I think just before Chinese the song, everybody wants to at a place where
भैया
everybody
सुनाई नहीं दिया, आवाज क्रैक हुई.
आवाज क्रैक हो रहा है.
हाँ
हाँ, वो एक्चुअली मेरा दूसरा फोन जो है उसका बैटरी बहुत लो है. So let me do this. जब है तब तक मैं यहाँ से बोलता. अभी आवाज आ रहा है?
अभी भी थोड़ा क्रैक हो रहा है भैया.
Can you hear me now?
And it is still cracking a little.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
हाँ अभी क्लियर है भैया.
हाँ हाँ, शायद बैटरी बहुत लो था इसलिए नेट चला गया. So हाँ, everybody likes to go to a place where everybody knows their name. Was the song? Everybody wants to be in a place where they feel belonging, right? They belong there. That's why everybody will keep going to such place.
True.
Anyway, if there are any questions, you can ask. If there is anything we want to share, you can share. Now, anyways, 2 more days are there. Then we'll go for Bhagavad Gita. And hope everyone started working on registration. Huh? Only when you go out, your this is like your internship. The seva is your internship. Very important. Otherwise, you won't get that practical thing. Otherwise it will just become like a concept. How to take granted that everybody loves you. If you don't go out, meet stranger, try to register them. Be good with them. They'll go out for movies with them. Go do this, that. You do 100 things. You will not know their real nature. But the day you ask them, do the happiness program, then their real nature comes. It's very important to do seva. Okay, then let's meditate only. Huh? Eyes closed, take a normal deep breath in. Breathing out, relax the neck, the shoulders, the whole back. Loosen them. Shubhangi ji, are you able to hear me? Because you are continuously moving. Jairaj, am I audible? Okay, Kajal says yes. Huh? I should take meditation, right? Because nobody says anything, then what should I figure out? Now Gaijeng also started keeping.
Okay, भैया आवाज एकदम.
हाँ, Shubhangi ji was writing such a long message. You can always unmute and say, na. Okay, eyes closed. Take a normal deep breath in. Breathing out, relax the neck, the shoulders, the whole back. Loosen it up. Take one more deep breath in. And breathing out, relax the face and complete body. Become aware of the environment. Whatever is happening in the environment, let it happen. If there is any disturbance, accept them. Become one with them. Become in harmony with them. Doesn't matter. Even if you feel some negative vibration, positive vibration, doesn't matter the place. Just accept it as it is. When you accept, that means you are not looking for any change, not looking to add something or subtract something. You're totally okay with what is in the environment right now. Totally one with it. Become aware of your body. Restless or restful, doesn't matter. Just become aware. Does your body want something? Is your body resisting something? Become aware of it. Accept the body as it is. Good, bad, healthy, unhealthy, it doesn't matter. Accept it as it is. If there is discomfort somewhere, doesn't matter. Accept that discomfort also. When you accept, meaning you don't want to change anything in it. Don't want to add anything, don't want to subtract anything. Accept it as it is. Be one with your body. Now come to your mind. Become aware of your mind. Become aware of all the wants in the mind. All the should be and shouldn't be of the mind. all the desires in mind. Become aware of them. Do not resist. Do not add on desires. Do not subtract any desires. Become aware. What is that you subtly want? Maybe want it loudly or subtly. What is that you want? Is it love? Is it fame? Is it acceptance? Belongingness? Peace? Relief? These are all the wants of your mind, not yours. This all demanding is of your mind, not yours. All these desires are of your mind, not yours. You are the source of divine love. Accept your own mind with divine love. Totally accept your mind. Totally be in yes mind. Even if the mind is dirty or good, doesn't matter. Take it, hug your mind the way it is. Accept your mind as it is. Completely accept your mind, however it is. Take a deep breath in. Breathing out, let go the mind. Empty yourself. Anyways, hollow and empty. Take a normal deep breath in. Breathing out, relax more and go deeper and deeper in the silence within, deeper in yourself. Keep going deeper and deeper in yourself. Every breath out. Take a normal deep breath in and breathing out. Relax more and more. Go deeper and deeper in the silence. Go deep within in the infinite space at the very core, at the very center of go deep within where you are, the source of divine love. And just relax there for a few seconds. may slowly come out now. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of your breath. Your body. Your surroundings. Only when you feel complete, you may open your eyes. Good. See, yesterday my mother made paneer. So she was like, so much of the milk and so little paneer came out of it. When I look in the class, I hope that is the reason. So many people started listening to Narad Bhakti and only paneer is left. All water evaporated. Very good. It's a commitment. And I'm very happy you all kept the commitment. And Bhagavad Gita is 42 days commitment. Okay. So like this time, in Bhagavad Gita also you keep the commitment. Okay. Till then you all work on Guru Dakshina. And I'll see when I can put this thing. Chawal se kankar alag. What was that? Chawal se kankar alag kar diye. नहीं सारे हीरे मोती ही है.
नहीं नहीं, ये ऋषि नित्य प्रज्ञा जी ने एक्चुअली बोला था एक बार, पता है, ऐसे ही जब उनके नॉलेज सेशन में हुआ था, उन्होंने मस्ती में बोला था.
पनीर ज्यादा हेल्दी रहता है, प्रोटीन ज्यादा रहता है उसमें.
मैं बोलूं एक्चुअली जो लोग हैं जैसे कि ग्रुप्स में इतने सारे लोगों ने ज्वाइन किया ग्रुप्स में, बट उनमें से बहुत कम लोग ये सुन पाए. इट इज नॉट देयर फॉल्ट, इट इज अ ब्लेसिंग टू बी एबल टू लिसन. इट्स मैच्योरिटी. हाँ, क्योंकि जब वो पत्थर जो हीरे मोती है वो तपते हैं, घिसते हैं, हाँ, तो इट इज अनकंफर्टेबल. हाँ, तो कुछ लोग सह पाते तो रह जाते, कुछ लोग के लिए थोड़ा ज्यादा होता है, तो दे चूज अनदर वे, बट एवरीवन इज कमिंग टू द सेम वे. हाँ, हिंदी में तो हजारों लोग ने ज्वाइन इन किया है ग्रुप, बट ओनली 150 अराउंड पीपल कैन एक्चुअली कम. 150-200 पीपल जो लोग यूट्यूब पे भी बाद में देखते हैं. हाँ, बट इट्स नॉट लाइक कि वो लोग नहीं चाहते. इन देयर हार्ट दे वांट. लाइक एवरीवन हु टेक्स membership in the gym, everybody wants six packs. Just because they don't come doesn't mean they don't want six packs. They want it, but होता है, सबके लिए आसान नहीं होता. Our job is to be like flower, spreading fragrance. Our job is like a sevak. So you go keep meeting people, talk to them about Autolink, get them registered. That is our job. Them getting registered or not registered is not in your hands, but giving 100%, it's in our hands. Abhi Narad Bhakti, we listened to Narad Bhakti for so many days. Today is the 16th day. 2 more days are remaining. So if you want this knowledge to really seep in us, like Gurudev said, knowledge should be our nature. Act of kindness, seva should be our nature. If you want that to happen, then self-study and seva must. Little bit doing it will have no fruit. Okay, you have to really go out and make, like once Baba said, when there's in something unwilling infinity or something, that Gurudev's talk was there. It was very expensive, 10,000, and I had to take 3 passes, my sister, my mother and myself. It was not easy. Even today, if I have to remove 30,000, it's not easy. So, anyways, I listened to Baba's talk, and Baba said, when you donate, you should donate an amount that hurts. And then I donated that 30, and it really hurt. So now then I know, okay, oh, I really did some donation. If it doesn't hurt, then that is not donation. You are in comfort zone. So don't go out and really go out of your comfort zone. Till then, you are not doing any seva. You are in your comfort zone of 4 friends, calling 4 friends, forwarding in 4 friends group. No, like one person during Patanjali, somebody said, the whole of Ghaziabad will know that we are doing Patanjali. You have no idea. We'll spread it like that. And then I asked, how did you spread? Then they have this one group in Ghaziabad. They forwarded once in that group. That's it. So that's why Swadhyay is important. See, only when they do the Swadhyay, they do self-study. They ask themselves, did I give my 100% in this seva? Then the answer from inside will come, no. Then only they'll know. Na. If they don't ask, they don't do self-study, then they will never know that they never did good seva. They are in ignorance that they did good seva. So getting my point? No? That's why both is very important. Self-study and seva. Self-study, seva. Like in Ashtavakra, Abhyasa, practice, and Vairagya, dispassion. Huh? So all these things are very practical and should be put in life in practical use. Otherwise, they are just adding on concepts. We listen to knowledge to remove concepts, and here we are adding on more concepts. So no point. Okay. Still then, those who are not doing any seva, still you're coming here in the satsang, and Gurudev's talk itself has a blessing. So you'll get some blessing for sure. But you won't be in a bullet train. You will be in a bullock cart. Not bullet train, you'll be in a bullock cart. So shift yourself in a bullet train. Then very soon you'll be in a Concorde. Before you know it. Okay? Jai Gurudev. Coming 2 days also we'll do meditation. So do come. Do wait till the end. Jai Gurudev. Bye-bye. Bye Gajan. Bye Shubhangi ji. Bye Kajal ji. Bye Jairaj.